Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to Omega Octave, here for your Lionsgate portal on August 8th. So 8-8. 888 is a strong and powerful number that's all about kind of more of material gain, wealth, ambition, striving, and being personally confident. So we're going to see what Lionsgate is bringing closer to you. I have already shuffled cards and have kind of pre-laid them out here. If you guys would like to book a reading with me, you can do so at omegaoctave.com, where you can receive a 30-minute or 1 hour long reading, and they are recorded Zoom sessions. So for 30 minutes, you can get a recorded Zoom session, and I will send that off to your email. With a 1 hour personalized reading, that's a face-to-face reading that is Zoom recorded, and you'll get the recording along with a write-up that may or may not go into more detail for your personalized reading experience and enjoyment. My most favorite and big hitter is the tarot party readings that I've been doing. So a lot of you who may or may not have friends who are interested in tarot, or just afraid, or this is just all new to you and you just want to have a lot of fun for a birthday party or gathering together, you can feel free to book I believe a 1 hour session for a party of 4. And I believe a 2 hour session for a party of 8. Anything else, and I'll just have to, I'll try my best to kind of accommodate, because I'm working through Zoom. So all of that would be online through Zoom, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so enough with the introductions. Let's just jump right into it. So as I was shuffling the cards, some of the message that I was receiving was, again, kind of similar to my global messages for everyone, which was, this is a month of taking risks and second chances. And wow. And so in my global reading, and I did shuffle the cards, in my global reading, this popped up. This is the Devil card. If you're interested in this tarot deck, it is called the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. So this particular deck, does not use traditional titles for some of the major arcana. And what's interesting about this is it clearly appears as if we're still going to be affected by the global energies of the thunder moon that took place in July. So if you guys want to check out that global overall energy reading for the full moon, that would be awesome. There might be some extra messages in there for you. I'm really paying attention now to the fire of this revolution. So there's like a fire, fire in your loins, fire on your ass. There's just a lot of fire and tearing down kind of energy here. Interestingly enough, I'm picking up on the red hair, and it's kind of giving me this Joan of Arc style, and she was burned for later being kind of condemned for being a witch, although she helped the French during their revolution. She was, I forget who she was fighting back, but I think it was the Britons. Again, don't know my history quite well. Not sure if memory serves correctly, but we have here some armor here as a breastplate, so almost guarding your heart here, but also there's like this sliver of opening, so you're just letting enough people in, people who share your vision, okay, and will not allow yourself to be conquered or dominated. This is very Lion's energy to me. The Devil card is usually again, I believe that's the Devil card, is usually paired up with Capricorn. I'm also hearing that this is going to go and affect most likely the Leos and the Virgos in the group, because I heard Virgos, or September, is going to be a huge kind of shake me up kind of a month. I don't know why I wanted to start with that card first, but let's work our way back to the beginning with the Six of Pentacles here, talking about a reconciliation of sorts. Someone you feel who has betrayed you, could be a friend, a lover, or an ex coming back. It could be fond memories, but there seems to be this coldness. This is my typical Freya card, but there seems to be some coldness. You'll see the polar bear and salmon here, and she's holding up this cup. So there is almost like an offering of peace, like an olive branch, but Freya is also the type that kind of takes no prisoners. So it actually is kind of making sense already with this revolution and take no prisoners energy, that you are not taking anyone else's slack or condemnation for having lack of vision and telling you otherwise. So again, very empowering. The star card also popped up in the general energy readings. So yeah, this is the overall sense that I was getting. You're not taking anyone's shit, essentially. You're very much tired of being in this state of defending yourself or in combative energy and like staying up. So I think I'm like really stuffy today or something. I'm not sure if someone needs to drink some soup or take some Claritin. I don't know why when I said Claritin, I saw like rosebuds. Anyway, if you feel that you're tired, feel free to be a little bit more recluse in your energy. This star card is giving me really heavy lawyer vibes. Some of you might be lawyering up. I don't know why. This is not my kind of like traditional card for lawyer up. That would be kind of like a justice card or something like that. But again, take no prisoners. So something that I'm getting also is like there's an article, a news article, or something that is going to pop up in the news during that time that is going to light this fire. It's going to be shocking news for a lot of people. Yeah, and hopefully my camera can pick up on that. Okay. And it's going to be stirring up some conversations about people's worth and morale, and whether or not we feel it's necessary to communicate with, I'm getting like a Sharon or Janice type of vibe, like someone you don't like in your office that is very sneaky or up to something, and just with these competitive notions of lack energy. Lack energy meaning that you are feeling drained psychically, emotionally, physically. There are too many things that you're juggling, and all of a sudden now people are trying to say, sorry, I was feeling tense, and I kind of took it out on you, and you want to be off on your own and alone. Now, this isn't very interesting pairing. I feel like you've been wishing to either be alone or be in a support group or find this energy of well-being and share it with others who are of like mind. And that's been very difficult to build a sense of community when our communication systems have mainly been through technology, and how important, as one of my good friends noted yesterday, how important touch is. And so being frigid or cold-hearted isn't serving anyone. So we're trying to light the fires of our passion in what we do and what we say and who we share our lives with. So moving ahead, I'm seeing a lot of creativity and inspiration, probably a continuation of more forest fires, more devastation from an ecological standpoint. For some reason that came up with the fires and the salmon, just sort of a depletion of nutrients. So you guys should be paying attention during Lionsgate, paying attention to your health, especially Virgos, I'm hearing. Actually, I'm going to save these cards, although I like the first card that I saw in this deck. Um, what is the... All right. Yep, look at that. Reconciliation. What needs mending? Here, it's a very small card here. But this has beautiful purple and green kind of teal energy. So this is very healing, very comforting. A lot of people might be healers. What looks like purple flowers, and I'm also thinking grapes. So maybe enjoying some fresh fruits, grapes, or having fruits within a salad, and really taking a contemplative look at where you need to be heading, where it is that you might be hurting physically. And this is just kind of like your metamorphosis phase. You don't need to worry about every little situation, but it does help you see things more clearly rather than in this state of Nine of Wands where you have your back to the world. This reconciliation might actually serve you if you offer this cup and aren't so cold about it. You may be defensive a bit, but it's going to be okay. You'll have the power of discernment. Freya is very good at discerning situations, and you can call upon her energy to do so. Sorry, I'm getting OCD. Oh, look at that. Release rigidity. I was going to say frigidity, but rigidity. Okay. And we have a sleeping cat. So yeah, take your rest. This is resembling to me the Nine of Wands, and also here when we were talking about rigidity, releasing that sense of control, needing to be in control all the time. Again, step into your imagination. That's what I'm getting with the clouds here. And there's that sun energy up in the corner, which is kind of mimicking this fire, this Eight of Wands. Someone may be delivering a message or an offer of a new job opportunity for you guys. I'm hearing construction work. If you guys are renovating your homes or in a construction-esque field, you're going to be doing well, as I'm here located in the US in particular. I don't know about anyone else's country, but we're looking at restructuring our infrastructure. I'm hearing that's going to be coming through. So some of you who are looking for new job opportunities, particularly those who feel very physically able and capable to do so, to do like a lot of heavy lifting, you're going to be kind of reshaping the nation in a physical way, actually, not just through talk. And then rewilds, which again, I feel like it paired up with revolution. So some of you are really thinking about reestablishing boundaries that you thought were important to you, and realizing how they were kind of, you were kind of thrown into the wind, kind of like this hot air balloon. So it might be worth your while to, it looks like a hot air balloon to me, for some of you to travel either within your state, within your country. I'm hearing going up into the mountains, observing the mist. Something about this really heavy water energy that we're going to be coming through and kind of out of is really going to show you an outpouring of gratitude. One of the things that you may want to do, if you're environmentally friendly, is to reconsider how you give thanks and gratitude to Mother Earth. So with plantains, I don't know if some of you have eaten that. I'm Hispanic, so I have. They can be very sweet. They're also very tough. And they're very kind of like sturdy foods. So think of sturdy foods balancing your microbiome. If you're looking for a sense of I'm feeling like a sense of fire, like having like a milk ginger tea to start warming up your belly and gearing up for the fall and for that fall harvest and enjoying all those hearty foods that you're going to be eating, but you also want to keep up your high digestive powers and your immunity. We have here as clarifiers, and I pull these out as kind of to get a sense of the attitudes that we need to I'm hearing like there's a holding pattern. I love this. So twice. The Nine of Wands is the same as the Nine of Flames in this particular deck. And if you're interested in these beautiful, almost shamanic-esque cards, look at that. Look no further than the Margaret Peterson Tarot. I believe the story with this deck is that she painted each and one of the images, like physically painted them, not digitally. And it was a lifelong project. And finally, it's come to print. So it's a beautiful deck. I definitely use it more for my personal kind of readings. But at this point, again, I was called back to some of my shamanic roots or what I've learned over the years. I'm not a shaman officially, but I do enjoy some of the practices that were held in some open circles. So yeah, anyway, jumping right back into it. In terms of the attitude, we need to look at life with optimism. And the High Priestess embodies the full power and might of this wind and fire energy that I'm getting here, as well as water. If you see here on the sides, we have the emotional murky depths and the passion here, oddly enough, being held, the cup here is holding up this like cosmic egg. So give me a second. So some of you may be taking care of your elderly. I'm seeing an elderly individual walking with a cane or a baston. I also see this green peel color again, and for some reason the imagery of the aurora borealis, looking at life with awe and wonder, and the wonder of a child. I don't know if some of you have been thinking of having children. I'm not getting that sense at this time. But certainly looking at future options for marriage, for life. What kind of life are you going to lead? Is this the life you want to have? What's interesting here is we have that full moon energy, and we have the new moon or dark moon energy here in perfect balance with one another. I really like how the light is showing up on this card. So to me, this is reinforcing that idea that the full moon is going to be the full thunder moon is going to be impacting how we feel about the new moon, which oddly enough is also happening. Divine Kismet, I suppose, happening on Lionsgate. So 8/8. Oh, all of a sudden I'm getting a very sexual energy here. So there actually might be a union or unification of two souls, two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl. It's one of my favorite songs. I believe, is that Pink Floyd? Anyway, God, I love that song. Also, The Stairway to Heaven. So I'm getting like this weird, someone who's like really interested in punk rock or, old ballads. Someone who is quite rebellious. And actually both of the energies, so male and feminine, are feeling very balanced, very much interested in playing a a larger role in each other's lives and entering a state of equilibrium with one another. And so I think that's aiding this for this particular deck. When I see the Nine of Flames, I actually don't see frustration or someone being tired like I do in the other one. I actually feel, again, more inspiration. I feel like this Nine of Flames is kind of like this Eight of Wands almost. But feeling, yes, you might be feeling like burnt out, so you might be staying up late at night because you're so consumed with so many ideas, and you need to get those ideas out. You need to speak. I'm getting strong painting and public speaking as two ways or two opportunities for you to work within your community if you're interested in being of service to others at this time. So these are the attitudes that we're kind of having to carry. How can I be of service to other people without disrespecting myself and leading to burnout? What are these small accomplishable goals that I can be that I can meet with head on and with the full might of my ingenuity and creativity. And I love this for another form of creativity. You guys could be taking on journaling, drinking some tea, or doing some tea leaf readings. That might be something I do on this channel in the future. But right now, I'm getting like a seagull. I don't know if that might be a power animal. I'm also getting a jaguar, savanna type. So not seagull, but what's that bird? That flightless bird. Sorry if you hear my phone buzzing. Flightless bird. Ostrich. Oh, finally. Okay. So for the 10 of feathers, I feel like someone's taking a quill. Someone has ostrich, like an ostrich farm. What is the medicine of the ostrich? Please show me. Medicine of the ostrich. I feel like someone is kneeling or bowing. There is subjugation, sublimation, like Sam, Samantha, surrender. I feel like this ostrich is trying to learn how to dance, learning to express themselves carefully, but also trying to break free, be carefree, be carefree. I'm also getting 777 as a good number for you guys. There's a lot of luck coming through. And I feel like the ostrich is very lucky. So this person is very careful, but trying to learn how to be carefree, which seems ironic because you don't learn how to be carefree. You just do it. And it's funny that the 10 of feathers is under the 8 of wands, mainly because I feel like ostriches move fairly fast, and everyone thinks, that they bury their heads in the sand. But it's not that they bury their heads in the sand. They kind of just duck. And they have these huge eggs. Like, can you imagine, like, caring for something that large? So these large flightless birds, it's almost like you feel like you're never going to take flight or be carefree. But ostriches are very... not flighty, but like they allow their bodies to kind of move naturally with the situation at hand. And I'm also getting this vibe that like this acrid desert environment or very humid kind of environment is a sticky situation for everyone else, and you're learning how to be flexible with um, where your life, the direction of your life is headed, and trying to stay on top of being. I'm hearing like maintain your generosity and your charisma. So there's still gonna be a focus on home activities. I just want to look under the deck. Look at that. A focus on home activities, and it says create space. So in the coming year, you're still going to be creating space. And I believe I mentioned earlier that I feel like someone should be eating salads with fruit. And here you have, yeah, I think it was for um, what needs mending. And so a message that specifically came in here is what needs mending is your trust in yourself, and then building trust for others through the faith that you carry for the all or the almighty or the universal force. And here we have, again, green, teal, reds. So there is a lot of color and enjoyment. And I'm glad that I whipped out the shamanic paintings here, because Lionsgate is all about having an inner strength and confidence, the willpower to see all of your creations to fruition. And here we have two individuals, two birds. And I remarked that this ostrich is also a bird, and they have giant eggs. Now, these guys have little eggs here. But it feels like you guys are building you have a large ambition, a large amount of creativity, and you're being pushed um, to work and expand in a more psychic way or intuitive way. For those who are interested in psychic development, I would look into astral projecting, or I know a lot of people say that telekinesis and all of these like little powers are bullshit. I obviously am not of the same belief. However, there's going to be a strong telekinetic communication between people that you do trust. And there's, yes, here. I was talking about how I felt like the high priestess is all about, she is a high priestess, so it is more of the intuitive, more of the feminine aspect of things. But I immediately got this kundalini, two people merging, two lovers coming into balance. And they're highly gifted, highly spiritual individuals, and they're going to be sending correspondences with one another, which again corresponds to that Eight of Wands down below. And it's going to be impactful because it's going to embrace that creativity, that communication. You're going to be in awe of how much space you share in your mental realm, excuse me, and in your, like, even if that person isn't physically near you, you're going to feel their energy as if they were. It's almost as if you're going to embody each other, kind of like, what was that? Freaky Friday, but there was an older version, an original version of it, where basically kind of switched bodies. Same kind of trope. But you guys might be able to switch that perspective and have this change of heart where you see a dark situation and you find the light in it, or you are the light in the darkness. And you guys just play off of each other very well. All of a sudden, I get this like huge love reading. Like, what the hell? So let's see. Where shall we move on next? I'm trying to get this flow going, this energy to continue. But it just seems so magical, and I feel like there's this childlike energy that's going to come through, and it's going to yield a lot of, feeling personally rewarded, but you might also be financially rewarded. Okay. think I want to go here. So this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck that I'm going to be pulling from. And I just talked about being flexible. Look at that. This time, and I think I mentioned in this card, the Ten of Feathers, needing to be flexible and like the ostrich, but I also felt panther energy. So it's interesting that we have another feline here with the tiger. I keep thinking of Kung Fu Panda and how tigers is such a tightwad in the beginning, and then all of a sudden she's finding balance with Poe. And I just found this on YouTube. I think it's crazy, but it's kind of also sweet in a weird way. But everybody is, you know, shipping Poe and Tigress together as a couple because they are a perfect balance. Poe is, you know, yin and yang, but they embody yin and yang physically themselves. Poe is all carefree. He's round. And I love that I said carefree again. Anyway, he's carefree. He's round. He's just like, I'm going to eat what I want. I'm going to do what I want. And I'm still going to be a success. Why? Because destiny is at my doorstep. Destiny has my back. And that's kind of where you need to be flexible and understand that destiny is at your back. And I'm feeling like all of a sudden, this is a weird thing, but I feel like twin flame kind of situation popping up. Not sure if anyone or if I believe that just yet. I feel like I dove straight into it because I was like, yes. And now I'm like, maybe not. I'll get into what that concept means probably in a later video. But for those of you who do know, let's just talk about feminine energy and divine masculine energy. I feel like the divine masculines are learning and embracing that trust and that idea that destiny has your back, and that the feminines have been in this more structured, rigid, masculine ideal, you know, like think of just a regular work environment. You must have your nails trimmed, your makeup must look a specific way, you shouldn't, or in society in general, you shouldn't be overweight or things like that. So learning to recognize that destiny is at your back. You may be a master. So Tigress in the Kung Fu Panda movie is a master. Okay. She has mastered everything perfectly. And this is talking about releasing perfection. Ooh, I love this. Right over the High Priestess, enlightenment. And the High Priestess is that, again, in this deck, again, I get female, male, perfect balance. And she is a priestess because she's able to balance out the energies. But someone here is definitely either getting a promotion or they have kind of evolved personally and spiritually in their journey. So they're getting like this elevation up. And I'm hearing, like, again, a respect for elders. Because they have a lot of information. And let me see if I have room up here. Yeah. So I got this feeling of Aurora Borealis, and I feel like that color, that spectrum, that blue, teal, and maybe pinks that pop up in that Borealis, we're all looking to the heavens. We're all looking for, oh, look at that. The wind at your back, the same thing as trusting and having faith in the divine, and that destiny is at your back, is at your doorstep, and moving with freedom. Think of the ostrich, think of the Ten of Feathers. I think that all of these messages are repeating, but they're very much pertinent to the message, the overall message. Hey, look at that. It's a panther. Or puma. And it's talking about success. So I whipped out, so we have feline energy and we have communication energy with birds. So feline energy is very grounded, very earthy, and then we have this and it is Lion's Gate. So it doesn't surprise me that we're getting all of these cat-like energy, being flexible, taking the time to rest like a cat. And we also have a cat over here resting, taking that nice luxurious nap. I feel like a lot of people feel the need to maybe take an impromptu trip to relax or visit family. There's going to be some communication coming in. Again, that could be promotion. That could be hearing that the wind in your sails has taken off. You know, someone taking off on social media, which is a communication kind of platform like Twitter. I hate Twitter. I hate any social media. And yet here I am doing this, right? Being online. So kind of also recognizing that whatever you think you hate, try to embrace this level of success that will come through, and not focus on what you hate, but focus on doing what you love. And the love for, I'm trying to be clear with my message here, but it's almost as if what you hate will turn into a deep affection and appreciation. Again, if you watch any cinema and you do enjoy Kung Fu Panda, I feel like that message is heavily portrayed in all three films, where, again, Tigress is so inflexible. She's a master. She should, by all right, earn the title of Dragon Warrior. And yet someone who's carefree is able to obtain success because they've let go of their perfection. And here we have a cockatoo. So people may be talking shit too. And we have a full moon, but that looks like a blood moon. And I'm not sure if that's something that might happen this coming year. I feel like timing it at between October, but more so December. I keep hearing December. So I don't know if there's something to do with that. Look at that. Purple and pink. So again, you guys might be connecting with the astral realm and dealing with a lot of psychic energy coming through for you. And of course, for the month of August, if I could typify August as a place, it would be Utah, or that desert energy that I was talking about with that 10 of feathers and that ostrich. So when you feel that you have hit a plateau, and I feel like everyone has already hit that wall pretty damn hard, which is probably why you're feeling burnt out and tired, try to take a look at the eagle or at a falcon. I've been seeing personally falcons a lot, so that's why I'm kind of recommending those medicines, those animal medicines to you guys. And also we have the Devil's card, and I'm hearing like Utah Devil's Peak. I don't know if that's a thing. I feel like I've heard of Devil's Peak. But that might be a good nexus point for you, for someone out there who's looking to take a vacation. And yeah, just take the risk. Go there. See what happens. It might be a spiritual nexus, a spiritual vortex. For those of you who are Native American, it might be, you know, or have roots or ties to Native American tradition. You might want to pay respects to the land. Okay. I'm losing out, you know, I'm losing space here. So I'm going to try and do my best with this. Okay. All right. Look at that. Okay, so you guys are really going to be loving August. Come on, camera. Focus. Sorry if my camera just decides to come out of focus. I don't want to really fiddle with the settings right now, but I might have to because I can't stand it. Yeah, let's take that off. Hopefully that works. Yay. Perfect. All right, so remember earlier, some of you were thinking that you might have to cut people off, or you might need to mend your mistrust or misgivings for people. Well, I pulled out some cards here on the side from the Divine Abundance Oracle deck. And I love Oracle decks because they kind of round out these readings that may feel kind of harsh or, again, cold. But Freya was talking about discernment. And here we have invite help. So those people that you felt that you couldn't go to for help, start asking for help, start building community, start building awareness, letting go of perfection and being more flexible with your time, and inviting people that you feel are going to be a support group for you. So invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready. God, pursue me. And again, this is reiterating that message of surrender. Trusting that the divine has your back and that the people around you are not all out to get you like, evil snakes. Now, when I say freedom is at your door, literally, this is why I was laughing. I was like, holy crap. Um, I don't know why. I think with this imagery right here, I thought of I thought of Dexter, honestly. And no, not the cartoon show, the adult one where he's a serial killer. And there was this line, basically, he was like, you must have been a, mother. I won't say the rest, but, he cusses. And he's like, you must have been a, MF at Cat's Cradle. And I feel like you've been working your way through the knots of Cat's Cradle here. And this hummingbird always talks about it's not even free falling. These guys run on sugar. I have hummingbirds that just decide, I feed them on my balcony. And when they decide to pay you a visit, that's just magical because of all the colors. And if anything, this reading is all about colors and expression and, again, flexibility. These guys can move their wings through the air forwards and backwards. That's why they're so fast. And that's why they all run on sugar. Personally, I wouldn't advise anyone to, eat sugar every day. But I feel like there's a level of indulgence in order, just not too much. And we have a repeat here with tiger energy, tigress energy. I honestly, whether you think it's a lie or not, I shuffled the cards, but I don't see them before doing the reading. So I love that this is kind of, again, a kismet moment. We have, repetitive symbology throughout all decks. They're all different, but we have the same things. We have the tiger energy. We have this nurturing element. So looking at your environment, taking a vacation when you can, while you can, and understanding your worth and your value. So the butterfly is a transformative thing. This feels like an apple. So again, if anything, natural sugars from fruits and apples are going to be important, and then start switching that out of your diet. I am not an Ayurvedic practitioner. I'm still learning, but I do believe during the harvest, the fall harvest, we're going to be switching our diet over to more hearty foods. So this tigress here is, kind of calm, relaxed. Says here, you have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. And this is talking about self-love. Same with the high priestess. Well, while I did mention that this was a love of union, if you love yourself or value your work and what you do, more of that is attracted to you. What else? I'm also hearing for some of you who are still struggling with burnout, maybe actually, I know they have adult coloring books, but they have adult coloring books filled with mandalas. And that's kind of like a, kind of like a psychological labyrinth that comes up. And so with all of the images here and symbols that are popping up, such as the butterfly and the tiger and the birds, all of these animals are symbols for your psychology to kind of really mull over. That's why I keep referring to it as medicine. And awakening. Yeah, you guys are just up leveling. Look at that. I mentioned that you guys might be getting more psychically in tune, and during these portals, that's when that's really gonna, that window or doorway is going to be open. So feel free to travel astrally if you are into that kind of stuff, and if you've been working astrally, that is a great place or a great time to really work in the astral realms and kind of push what you've been learning a little further. So, oh my Lord, wake me from my life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instinct and common sense. And I feel it just reiterates what I've been saying throughout the entire reading, so I won't get into it any further. I think what it says. So here are some other goddesses that you could work with for this month. Beloved Kuan Yin, and I have it's no shock to me that Kuan Yin popped out. For my personal psychology, this triangle here is very much, it's pointing to the earth. So I'm getting this heavy earth energy. Kuan Yin is all water and, again, compassion. But she is a beautiful, I believe, a beautiful bodhisattva. And her bodhisattva name is Alokitsvara. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. I'm probably butchering it. But goddess of compassion, I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. And again, I think the messages are sort of repeating upon one another. We have cherry blossoms, which speak to innocence, that innocent curiosity, being compassionate and childlike in energy. And we have this butterfly. Again, guys, you really love butterflies, huh? And when we're talking about setting sail, knowing when the wind is at your back, we also have the imagery of the arrows with Lalita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Yeah, so it's almost as if this Lionsgate is really infusing more energy into the month, more positive energy and positive vibrations overall. And I know everybody sort of expects that, with all of these portal days, they're like, I don't know, I feel personally like a lot of readers read these portal days as extremely positive. Now, I'm one of those readers who just really reads from the cards, intuitively, but I really step into my shadow work. So if you hear negative stuff in my readings, it's because I've been doing a lot of that work. And once you go through that work and you make those cycles of darkness shorter for yourself, kind of like the Buddhist, this is Buddha, this is the dragon here. And for those of you who are curious, this is a fluorite crystal. Beautiful for clarity and clearing the environment. Anyway, that was a quick break, quick intermission. But you see Buddha here is very fat and happy, but he is spiritually well endowed. Okay, we have tamed our dragons, our shadow side. This is a power animal. And here we have the sweetness of life, not to be forgotten that through the suffering, we prolong the suffering. But if we're able to delight ourselves, okay, and he's smiling here, he's extremely happy. Live life as if each day is a celebration, then you will be rewarded. And I like to rub his belly and his head for good luck. We have also last goddess. You could see her as a goddess, but I know she's a Catholic representation too. Here, Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. So the belief here is that she is Jesus's consort or love. And actually, it really does enforce this message of a divine union coming through. And if you guys have been wishing for your divine counterpart to come through, then boy, you got it. All right? You definitely got it. And they may be an air sign here. But I always attribute, this is like air of water, you know, like there's air energy, but there's also water energy. So gaining some mental and emotional clarity will allow you to bridge the gap, to really come into union and be flirtatious with that energy. Really feel yourself as both man and woman and come into union. Okay? Mary Magdalene is divine, and, some say that she has ties to Lilith, she has ties to Isis or Inanna, a bunch of things. And I do have a book entitled Mary Magdalene, all about her journey, her sacred journey. But here we have this cosmic red egg that is in her hand here. And it's also symbolic here. So she didn't just love Jesus for sexuality, but more of the communication and more of that compassion and playfulness. They were a perfect mirror of each other. And that might be another energy that comes through for you guys, being a mirror to your own soul, so that way you know your worth and are able to receive the gift of enlightenment. Anyway, that was a long reading. I'm hoping that you guys really enjoyed it. I know I did. It was a lot of fun and just so impactful. Again, no shadow energy really, except for that beginning part where you might be coming out of a lot of shadowy energy, where you might be mistrusting some people and feeling, again, burnt out. But that's about it, guys. You don't have to, continue punishing yourselves. This is a time to fully receive the grace of God or the heavens. All right. So as I've mentioned before, if you like this reading, you can book a reading with me at omegaoctave.com. And please, 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 like, subscribe, comment down below on what you felt about this message. I really would love to know. And of course, it always helps with my, channel and its potential growth in the future. And I do want to keep supporting this. It's a passion of mine, and I live it, I breathe it, I practice it. So, all right. I have not created a sign off, so blessed be for now. And why the hell not? Namaste.